Welcome everyone to another chapter, another episode on the Jōrex channels. As usual, we are doing some Call of Dragon Behemoth guides. So, like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just giving you my advice, but I will always appreciate you guys if you let me know in the comments what other strategies you might have. Plus, like and subscribe. That's very helpful, please. So, what are we talking today? Today we're talking about the last behemoth on season 2, and we're talking about the Frost Dragon. Some people find it difficult. It is difficult, but it's doable. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Frost Dragon. Frost Dragon is the last behemoth in the end of the season, the last behemoth that you have to do in the map. So you just come here. We actually did this behemoth with 5 stacks, which is what's needed. First of all, you gotta keep in mind that this behemoth looks very simple here, but it's not. It actually have a life bar of 20 million points. Also, one of the few strategies is that they recommend that the DPS spars a little bit on over here, and then the tanks here, to keep him in this area here for all these skills. Dragon itself have a set amount of skills that are difficult, but I will explain them one by one in the next video that I actually recorded with my alliance right now. And keep in mind that we have no T5 and we are full, like mostly right here is T4. So what do we bring to the dragon? What's most recommended? You might want to bring like 4 tanks, I think, or 2 tanks if your tanks are really good. And then you might want to bring like full DPS. I would not recommend cavalry because of one of the skills that the dragon has. So I would not recommend cavalry, but definitely archers and mages. Almost at the end of the video, I will also tell you what will be the strategy for the elite dragon. We did not do the elite dragon. Kind of difficult for us not having T5 at this point, so but it is what it is. So let's see the video. As you guys remember, the red circle, you don't want to go into the red circle until the fight actually begins. So we start attacking. There you go. So tanks get all the aggro right now, as it's supposed to be. Full DPS on him. So that's the reason why you don't want the dragon. You don't want cavalry near the dragon. This is one of the little skills that the dragon has, which is its wings. Its wings are deadly. So tanks will hold damage, but cavalry will die easily. Right? So you don't want the cavalry here receiving the damage. It might do a lot of damage as DPS, but it will still receive all this damage from the wings. As you guys can see, we had a few tanks around, and we had this tank as a reserve just in case the dragon, all the other tanks like die or whatever. So there you go. That's what I meant. A few example of the deaths will be this cavalry here. So we start attacking. Dragon is getting the aggro from that tank over there. So this tank made a mistake and bring them all the way to the DPS. That you're not supposed to do that. If you're a tank, you're supposed to have stay here. Do not come to this area here, because this is where the DPS are, right? So this guys here did a great job, and they pulled the dragon a little bit that way, but we're still on close to the dragon, means that you will receive damage from the wings. Now, this is the next skill of the dragon. That red circle, what does it mean? It means that all here in this area is gonna receive damage. Now you guys see this here? Let's go back for a bit. So this here, it means that your troop, it will create around your troop a circle with continuous damage. So if you have this, my recommendation is move to a side or whatever. But definitely this area here will receive that circle, and that's what we're gonna see right now. Check this out. There you go. Boom. Circle. So if you're standing here and here and here, you will receive continuous damage. Now, we were talking about the red circle field. So this means that anyone who is in this circle here, it's gonna receive some heavy damage due to a skill. So if you are a DPS, you wanna step away, but you don't wanna stop there. Because right after that skill over there, it's coming a second skill, which is that not in this area here, but farther, anyone who's from here up here, it will receive damage. So recommendation for DPS is walk all over the way toward the wall, so you stay away from any damage. There you go, boom, and then you go away. As you guys can see, these white circles in the field are still there. They will continue doing continuous damage to whoever stands on them. Cavalry is dying because it's not recommended to be that close from the dragon. Also, if you're a DPS, if you're an archer, if you are that close to the dragon, you will receive a lot of damage too. Now, that tank moving away, that's a pretty good move over there. That's the way it's supposed to do. So, avoid the frigid fields. See, I stepped on it, oh, so I received some damage. So right now the tank are keeping the dragon busy over there while all the DPS are doing full damage. Cavalry that is close, it's receiving damage. If you're a DPS that's close to it, you will receive damage due to the wings. Because anything close to it, it will receive damage. Now, this is another thing. This skill, people usually are afraid, a little bit get afraid of this skill. Do not be afraid of the next skill. It's very simple. So what happens here is that the dragon absorbs all the frigid fields or whatever, and now he's gonna create something which is the tornado. There you go. We have a tornado over here, and then he will also start launching like these ice rocks, and wherever they fall, like you see these red circles here, that means that it's gonna fall there. Wherever they fall, that means that it will create again a frigid field. So a white circle that will create continuous damage. So it will do damage by it fall, boom, and it will also create the field. So if you're a DPS, try to avoid it. Keep attacking the dragon. If you're a tank, focus on the tank on the dragon. The dragon does not give out many healing runes. So at some point, oh, he flies over there. Once he flies over there, there's nothing we can do. We all gonna receive damage. This is a skill that it will happen whether we want it or no. So boom, he makes a little bit of damage. So around 20k of my troops receive damage over there. So there you go. We have 2 healing runes over there. If you are like me right now, that is suffering with the life over there, you may want to go to that rune and get some healing, and that's what we did. We receive a little bit of healing, but if that rune fell near a circle, you might want to be careful where you're standing. Okay. Another skill is the ice lizard. So the dragon will summon this ice lizard. You could send like a small group of people, like out of the 3 in this case. I have 3 troops. Like one of them to attack the lizards and get rid of it. One of the things that the lizards will continue doing damage to your troops too. So you might want to get rid of them like pretty fast. Once you get rid of that, like small group, you still need to focus on the dragon. The dragon, it has only 3 million life left. So we continue. There you go. Red circle. What do we do with the red circle? We walk away all the way to the wall. It's very simple. You see that red circle, you walk away all the way. Now, if you walk away toward one of these white circles, you will receive continuous damage, like it happened to me. Whoever was here received a lot of damage. So once I got this done, I walk away toward the dragon once again. We have a tank there who's keeping him busy. There's only 2 million life left. You have to be very careful where you're standing, because if your troop is 50% inside one of these circles, that means that you will receive the continuous damage. So you really want to be careful. Oh, here we go again. He's going to launch again more frigid fields. and whoever is standing there is gonna receive continuous damage. So this is the moment where you do like full DPS. Like don't focus on the lizards or whatever. Like it's almost dead up here. So all you gotta do is full DPS. So the dragon tries to launch a final skill at the end. There you go. He absorbs everything, but we had a control, and that is the strategy for the regular ice or froze dragon. Okay, that's how you get it. And after you get it for the first time, what do? We purify it. We need to purify that dragon. Okay. Now, once we've done this, your next step as an alliance, you might want to try to get an elite rate on it, but you gotta keep in mind that the elite rate of the Frost Dragon has like a set amount of skills. First of all, it will increase HP, attack, and defense by 25%. Another thing is that the enemy legions will deal 50% less magic damage, which means that you will bring to an elite raid archers, mostly archers. That's what you want to bring, because you will do 50% less damage. After entering battle, all damage dealt by this behemoth is increased by 5% every 6 seconds, and then Ice Prison Freeze effect instantly defeat legions with less than 15% HP remaining. And that's the strategy for the Frost Dragon, guys. If you guys have a different strategy, please let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay?